I'm going to turn my attention to what I thought I was going to talk. I'll be honest with you, Billy. When I heard you were going to be coming on the program with us today, I thought that I was going to talk to you about football. I just thought I'd throw some football out there. But then as we got to sitting here chatting, we just realized, it's not really about that type of swine. It's about the swine you put over a smoker.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? So I started realizing you and I think we're brothers from a different mother. Just knowing that we have an affinity to be able to go ahead and smoke that hog. So
that's right. I guarantee you. I'm, of course, I live in Dallas now, but my businesses are in Oklahoma where I play ball at. And I'm in the barbecue restaurant business there. Just opened my
24 restaurants.
Yep, 24. Just opened the 24 last week, and
unbelievable.
In the process of putting a couple in Michigan here pretty soon.
Wow.
So we kind of do a little different. We do the wood, the hickory, cherry wood, different types of wood. We don't do the vinegar base like you do here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Vinegar, but it's good.
Oh,
I might have to start ad and bring something new to Oklahoma.
Well, listen, I'll tell you what, I'll come on out to Norman one day, and
there you go.
I'll come cook a pig with you. How about that? Well, first of all, you don't get a whole lot better weather than this right here. I mean, this is about as good as it gets.
It's nice today. The last couple of days I've been here,
it's been brutal. Been brutal. It really has.
I saw the rain come in. I was glad to see that. I said, well, maybe it'll cool it off a little bit. So.
Well, Billy, first of all, I mean, obviously the George Rogers Foundation, and I've known George for an awful long time now, and the fact the man's got his heart as big as his stomach.
Oh, no question.
I mean,
he got a big stomach.
He got a big old stomach. That means he's got a big old heart. So the guy, he loves to help folks out in the first generation scholarship. I know that just to be able to support him, I know that means it's worth you making the trip out here to support what he's doing.
Without a doubt. I kind of started with George when he first started it this 21 years ago, and I hadn't been here in about 4 or 5 years due to my other business interests. But I was always glad to get back. We have other Heisman guys that comes and play. Steve Owen, Jason White. Also, if Steve don't come, he'll send a check.
Hey, listen, sometimes that's even better.
That's even better.
Sometimes that's better than somebody showing up. You know what I'm saying? That way you don't have to deal with the immaturity.
Yeah. But it's always an honor for me to help out any benefit, because we do a lot in Oklahoma like this, so I know it means a lot to any foundation or any charity, and especially the kids, without a doubt.
That's very cool. Billy Sims, of course, you know him from his days as an Oklahoma running back, two-time All-American, Heisman Trophy winner in 1978, and then you went on to enjoy quite an NFL career.
With the old Detroit Lions. They finally making a comeback.
Hey, listen, there's something proud of. It'd be okay with being a Lion these days.
I can start talking about them again, because it's been quite a while, trust me.
Well, let's talk first and foremost about your boys in Soonerland. Obviously, Oklahoma is one of the big five when you talk about the great schools in the country that epitomize college football. Oklahoma's always mentioned.
Well, with a great tradition. You go back to Coach Bud Wilkerson, who really kind of started that back in the 50s with that 47-game winning streak. Of course, people still come up to me and mad about when Notre Dame beat them 6-0. Back in the 50s, I say, let it go. You let it go. Not in Oklahoma.
Two field goals. That's all we needed.
Yeah. And just to be a part of that program and other great players that came through that program, I'm very honored.
Well, I know you should be, and of course, winning the Heisman Trophy, that has got to be a pinnacle of your career, and then going on and being obviously the Rookie of the Year in the NFL. Talk to me about where you see the landscape of college football these days, because here we are right on the heels of announcing we've got a playoff.
Hey, how about that? Of course, you're going to have people still pissed off about that.
I know. You can't make everybody happy, Billy. Come on, man.
Then 14, then
everybody's not eating a barbecue sandwich right now. You can't make everybody happy.
You're right. Well, about the 18, so there's going to still be people mad. But at least this is a start to something.
Sure.
Right, so hopefully we'll see what happens.
One of my very close friends who was a running back in college when I played at Clemson, I talked to him the other day, and it was funny because he said that one of his knees wasn't working right.
Right.
And I said, well, do you know how many times you got hit in that knee? He goes, I guess I forgot. Well, he didn't forget when he got out there to play basketball.
Right.
He was trying to run up and down the floor.
I can relate to those knees, especially with running backs. It's always a knee.
Always something, brother. Always
I know
something.
in my next life I'm coming back as a punter.
Yeah, I'm going to come back as like a third-string punter. I don't even want to be the starting punter. I want to be the backup punter.
Right.
Billy Sims joining us right now. Billy, as you look back over your college career and your NFL career, what are some of the things that stick out to you as far as landmark moments that have really kind of shaped who you are as an entrepreneur now, as a business owner? And let's face it, you now have to manage employees. You have to be out there in the public. I mean, there's a lot of things you have to do that I guarantee the game of football taught you.
Well, without a doubt, I knew when I first decided to come to Oklahoma, because I was really headed to Baylor University.
Is that
Oklahoma
right?
Was not my first choice. At that time, it was the Southwest Conference. Grant Taft was the head coach there. And my last visit, of course, was OU. And I looked back then that if you surround yourself with a great supporting cast, you give yourself a chance to win, as in life or in business. So, especially with football, it came true. And even in life now, you got the right people. Because you can't do it by yourself.
Absolutely.
And I was very fortunate with this business. I just been at it 7 years. We're still young. And 24 stores later, I'm like, wow. I mean, sometimes it's kind of scary because we're going so fast. But we got good people involved. Of course, I got the name, but after that, the food better be good. And I was real reluctant to do that because I know at the end of the day, people be looking at me and saying, well, he can run, but he can't cook.
Right. He needs to run back to the drawing board.
Yeah, back to the drawing board.
Get a new recipe.
But so far, we've been fortunate and blessed to give people opportunities to be in the barbecue business and do our part for us hiring and help stimulate the economy.
Well, now, I know you said
from a small business standpoint.
Well, most of your businesses are in Oklahoma. Yeah. Now, I know you said you have some in Missouri.
Yeah, in Missouri. And getting ready to open in Michigan in August. Right.
But now, do you spend a lot of your time back in Oklahoma at all?
Well, I live in Dallas. 60% of the time I'm in Oklahoma. I'm about 2 hours, 15 minutes from Norman. My headquarters are in Tulsa, Oklahoma, which is on the east side of the state.
Okay.
So it takes me about 4 hours. I drive all the time anyway.
How many OU games do you get back to a year?
I go to all of them.
All of them? All the home games?
All the home games and away games. Just a couple of months ago, Coach Swiss and I, we went on a caravan with the West Virginia team who's coming into the Big 12.
Wow.
And welcome them. And I didn't know Andrew Luck's dad is the AD there.
That's right. He sure is.
And then I thought I played against him. He used to back up Warren Moon in '83 for the Houston Oilers.
Do you know how you just dated yourself with that last statement? Do you know what you just did for everybody tuned in right now? There's a unanimous hush falling over the crowd going, Billy Sims is that?
Oh, yeah. I'll be 57 in September. And I tell you, my grandfather always said, well, son, I used to always say, damn, cow, wow, granddad, you're real old. He said, well, son, I tell you, just keep a count.
Yeah, exactly. It's funny, every year I imitate a guy at a leadership camp I do, and I used to have to put baby powder in my beard and baby powder in my hair because he's a gray-headed man with a gray beard. Every year that goes by, it's less and less baby powder.
There you go. Yeah. So time waits on no one.
That's exactly right. Billy Sims joining us right now for, of course, one of the greatest running backs in Oklahoma history and, of course, one of the great Pro Bowlers of the NFL. Billy, the landscape of college football is changing every single day. There's never a day that goes by that I don't think that something is new. As a matter of fact, we did a show a few weeks ago, and we're talking to two head coaches, Dabo Swinney and Mark Richt, where we were talking about the day and age of what you can do with your cell phone now. You can tweet them. You can get on Facebook. You can text them. You can, I don't even know whatever else you can do to them. But you think about when you won the Heisman Trophy back in 1978.
A lot of things were kept quiet.
A lot of things. And we don't even have to talk about it.
We don't got to go there.
Trust me, I've had enough conversations with George. I know exactly what we need to keep quiet and what not to keep quiet. But think about how things have changed just in the last few decades.
Yeah, it's unreal. I mean, even with the text. And I don't text. I'm still kind of old school. I like to talk to people on the phone because my kids, and I got grandkids too now, they laugh at me because I bring out this old disposable camera I use everything.
You got to ratchet that top right corner.
Ratchet down. Here they got the cell phone, the Twitters, and all this stuff. I say, well,